There are now less than 20 hours of oxygen left in the search for the missing Titanic sub, but there are signs of life as banging is consistently heard coming from the ocean. Hey guys, this is Wrap the Titanic guy Avila here, and I wanted to bring you a day 3 update in the search for the missing Titanic submersible, the Titan. Today is June 21st, and there were 2 press conferences today, so I wanted to summarize everything that we know so far. So if you're just tuning in, a submersible on its way to the wreck of the Titanic went missing on Sunday, June 18th. There has been an active search and rescue operation, but unfortunately, the sub has still not been located. Today is day 3. So I would say there's 2 major updates today. Number 1, there were reportedly banging sounds that were picked up yesterday and again being picked up today. And number 2, we now know that there are less than 20 hours left of emergency oxygen. So earlier this afternoon, we first heard from the US Coast Guard in Boston. These are the key takeaways from the press conference. The US Coast Guard confirmed that the banging sounds were picked up by a Canadian P-3 aircraft yesterday, and the search teams immediately focused their search in the area where these noises were detected. They confirmed that these noises were still being heard today, but they did say that unfortunately it's unclear whether these noises were coming from the sub, and they also made a point to tell us that the ocean is a very noisy place, so it's hard to say for sure whether it's coming from the submersible Titan. They have now expanded the search area. It is now double the size of the state of Connecticut. As I mentioned, the Coast Guard also said that there are now less than 20 hours of oxygen left, but interesting to note that they seem to shift the focus away from how much oxygen there is left. It seems that they're trying to move away from sort of that countdown approach. They really wanted to focus on being optimistic and just trying to search and rescue these individuals. There was a very important line that came from Captain Frederick when he was asked if he was still optimistic. He says, quote, "We have to remain optimistic and hopeful when we are in a search and rescue case. We are in the middle of the search and rescue case. Sometimes we don't find what we're looking for, and you have to carefully consider all the factors." There are a lot of factors you have to consider. After considering all of those factors, sometimes you're in a position where you have to make a tough decision. We are not there yet. If we continue to search, potentially we could be at that point, and that's a discussion that we will have with the families long before I'm going to discuss here publicly. Now, that being said, Captain Frederick highlighted the fact that this is very much still a search and rescue operation. We know that ROVs continue to be deployed and that a French team is bringing state-of-the-art equipment to aid in the search. Basically, the press conference ended with this optimistic sentiment. The US Coast Guard is still optimistic that we will be able to recover these lost individuals. Now, guys, as you can see, there are many different ships that have now joined the search mission. The area has vastly expanded. It truly is an international effort at this point. Now, later in the day, there was another press conference in Newfoundland, Canada. This press conference was run by Horizon Maritime Services and Miapokek Horizon representatives. These are the groups behind the Polar Prince ship. Now, basically, the Horizon chairman, Sean Lead, said that the marine industry in this part of the world is no stranger to responding to tough situations. Quote, "I've been in the maritime industry since a very young age and I've never seen equipment of that nature move that quickly." He also added that they are all unified in their work to try to find the Titan, and he confirms that he believes that their role is to remain in a support capacity. So those were the press conferences from this afternoon. We also know that the Royal Canadian Air Force has now joined the huge Atlantic search. Once again, we know that ROVs have been deployed and they are helping with the search, with trying to locate the sub. And guys, to give you a sense as to the difficulty of this mission, this is approximately how deep the Titan submersible could be. As you can see, it's almost 4,000 meters deep, or close to 13,000 feet. So this is by no means an easy operation. Even if the sub is located, then the next challenge becomes, how do they actually bring the submersible up to the surface? Which also raises the question, will they even have enough oxygen if they were to find them right now? And guys, just to give you a sense of the conditions that these 5 men are probably experiencing down there, this is a graphic of what the inside of the sub looks like. As you can see, it's extremely tight quarters. There's only one place to go to the bathroom. I'm sure you've thought about that. And they're quickly running out of oxygen. So it really is a harrowing situation. To be honest, guys, things are looking quite tricky, and this is very concerning. I think everyone within the Titanic community and all of the search and rescue teams, they are now looking at a potentially difficult situation. With less than 20 hours of oxygen left, with continued banging noises being heard, the search and rescue effort continues. My thoughts and prayers are with those 5 men, with their families, and for the brave search and rescue team. Let's hope that they're able to locate the sub and that they are able to actually rescue these 5 individuals. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I will keep you posted, and I will talk to you soon.